One of the most popular verses in the Bible that warms the hearts of believers around the world can be found in the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 4, where we read, "He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more, neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away." To whom is this verse referring to? To all people who have suffered the consequences of death throughout history, or somebody else? The Watchtower's library offers the following explanation. What has caused more unwanted tears than the enemy death? Jehovah will release obedient humans from the grip of death. How? By eliminating the real cause of death, sin inherited from Adam. Jehovah will lift obedient humans to perfection on the basis of Jesus' ransom sacrifice. Then the last enemy death will be brought to nothing. Faithful humans will be able to live as God purposed for them to live forever in perfect health. But is this explanation taken from the context or from wishful interpretation? And is there something more going on here than just sorrow caused by Adamic death? Instead of going into the book of Corinthians as the previous quotation referred to, we have to go to the same Bible book, the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verses 13 to 17, where it is the parallel account of Revelation 21:4. And then we read, "In response, one of the elders said to me, 'These who are dressed in the white robes, who are they, and where did they come from?' So right away I said to him, 'My Lord, you are the one who knows.' And he said to me, 'These are the ones who come out of the great tribulation, and they have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. That is why they are before the throne of God, and they are rendering him sacred service day and night in his temple. And the one seated on the throne will spread his tent over them. They will hunger no more, nor thirst any more, neither will the sun beat down on them, nor any scorching heat. Because the Lamb who is in the midst of the throne will shepherd them and will guide them to springs of waters of life. And God will wipe out every tear from their eyes." It's the same words that we found in Revelation 21:4 earlier. So just let's isolate from this long account the most important parts of this text. Who is God wiping the tears from their eyes? The ones that come out of the great tribulation, that is the great crowd, not every person that ever lived on this planet. Why is God wiping out the tears from their eyes? Because they had to endure hunger and thirst and the scorching heat of the sun, and not just the results of inherited death. In actual fact, the parallel account in Isaiah 49:10 describes the same thing in a more condensed fashion, in just one verse really. And it says there, "They will not go hungry, nor will they thirst, nor will scorching heat of the sun beat down on them. For the one who has mercy on them will lead them, and he will guide them by the springs of water." So what exactly is the scorching of the heat of the sun that both accounts in the book of Revelation and the book of Isaiah are referring to? Well, this is a very specific plague that befalls mankind during the time of the end, and it's described in Revelation 16 and verses 8 and 9, where we read, "The fourth one, that is the angel of God, poured out his bowl on the sun, and to the sun it was granted to scorch the people with fire, and the people were scorched by the great heat, but they blasphemed the name of God, who has the authority over these plagues, and they did not repent and give glory to him." So, the fourth angel pours his bowl onto the sun, with the result that the sun's temperature becomes so high that the sun's rays scorch people. There's an area in California in the United States with such great temperatures that's called the Death Valley. It is not uncommon for sunlit rocks and paved surfaces around the world to become hot enough to cause serious burns. But when the fourth angel delivers his bowl judgment, striking the sun, temperatures everywhere on earth may far exceed those of Death Valley. This verse uses the Greek root word didomi, which implies something that is allowed or granted. This might mean that the sun itself is not going to be changed so much, as earth will be more susceptible to it. In other words, this bowl judgment might mean something previously restraining the sun's potency, such as the ozone layer, will be crippled, allowing the sun to scorch the earth. Looking at all these environmental judgments together, one can see how they could combine to create extreme conditions. Death and decay from earlier judgments can interfere with Earth's natural defenses against solar radiation and temperature changes. In this judgment, life-threatening sunburn and perhaps skin cancer may become common. What's described here might be thought of as an extreme form of global warming. Glaciers may melt and become raging floods. Drought and heat may contribute to crop loss, causing further famine and starvation. Grasslands would become deserts, wildlife would range out of control, pushed too hard, air conditioners and other machines would break down, causing massive deaths from heat exhaustion and sunstroke. As a worldwide problem, even believers will suffer from the furnace-like heat of the sun. Revelation 7:16 holds God's promise that the believers that come out of the great tribulation, and not all mankind that ever lived and suffered the pains of death, will never experience the sun's scorching heat again. That means they will experience it first time. So in conclusion, the wiping of the tears are not related, the ones that we found in Revelation 21:4, are not related to the disappearance of Adamic death, but with the plague of the scorching of the sun that will befall mankind during the time of the end.